All right.
Yeah,
So we can chit chat. I'm gonna build a Gundam real quick. I'm ready. I'm thanks to Niric here. I'm gonna do a quick missile build Gundam.
nice.
All right. So first things first. We already know what we want. We want the gym. Oh, I'm pretty sure these are right here. Yep. And for all I know, we already have a build like this. But what's the arms? Yeah, what's the arms I was looking for? You know what would go good with missiles?
More missiles?
And a nuke. Yes.
And a nuke. Oh, I was gonna. That was my second guess.
Yeah. All right.
That's why I made sure I didn't delete any arms from Stardust memory. Because there could be. I don't know if I have a pair of GPO2 arms in here or not. So I didn't really want to, screw that up.
Yeah.
Because that's like the ultimate farmer, right?
Yeah.
You get like the double nuke with the shield and the arms, and the actual nuke weapon, right?
Yeah. So, I will say, out of all the Gundam Breaker games, when it comes to building, Gundam Breaker 3 pretty much hit it right on. Gundam Breaker 2, though, in my opinion, is probably my favorite Gundam Breaker game. In terms of like difference and like missions and bosses and what it brought to the table. New Gundam Breaker, yeah, not so much. New Gundam Breaker, very not so much.
Yeah, that's something I'm really curious about because I don't know the previous Gundam Breakers, so I started with 3.
Yeah, 3's a great one to start with. 3, I would say play 3, and maybe if you're feeling nostalgic enough to see where it came from, play 2. 1 was good for what it was.
Pretty bare bones, I assume.
Yeah, it was bare bones, but I spent hundreds of hours on 3, so
yeah.
So like it wasn't too crazy. Yeah, I think we played the hell out of Gundam Breaker 1 and Gundam Breaker 2 up into Gundam Breaker 3. And then New Gundam Breaker came out. But the biggest change was how you could like modify and derive. Well, you played Gundam Breaker 3, so Gundam Breaker 2 had a similar system. We had to level them up, which I didn't mind. New Gundam Breaker is just you get this part and you equip it. That's pretty much it. And
I wondered about that.
Yeah,
okay.
New Gundam Breaker is like, oh, you just equip this part. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, you're fighting? Oh, don't get hit. You might lose this part. I'm like, bruh. And another thing that I did not like in New Gundam Breaker, thinking back on it now, is the fact that you have to unlock your EX actions. And when you unlock your EX action, it's random. So you start off with your actions locked. If you're fighting somebody who managed to get like their high attack action versus you getting your stupid Falcons, you're like, great. What they also took out in New Gundam Breaker is the mastery system. In Gundam Breaker 3, when you master the EX skill, you can put it on whatever Gundam. But New Gundam Breaker, that part has to be equipped for you to use that EX skill.
That's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that stuff.
After playing New Gundam Breaker for so long and realizing how it was playing out, I did not appreciate the game being a constant. Most of the time, it's a 3-on-3 in the same areas.
Yeah, like I thought the maps looked kind of cool.
Yeah,
and they were like detailed and elaborate, but most of the time it was happening on the floor. Like I was like trying to climb on the desk to shoot the Debirium and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I can't fight this thing.
It was annoying. That and like the movement and the boost system was not where it needed to be. I like what the frames did.
It's really tough
game.
to jump.
Yeah, it's very tough. If you're not using the purple frame, it's rough. It's rough.
Okay. It's almost like they did it on purpose for people that wanted to specialize in scouting. I took a look at the frames and trying to understand what they were about. So.
Yeah. I like what they did with some of the frames, but honestly, I couldn't get into doing all of it because the frames take so long to unlock stuff. so long, dude. I was just like, you know what? I'm good.
It's weird. Yeah, I wonder. So I thought I like kind of the idea of the frames, like that you would have like some kind of core system you'd upgrade. But it's silly because it's almost like one thing I remember from Breaker 3 was like how taxing it was. Like I said, like I kind of got analysis paralysis trying to figure out, what actions, what are they called, abilities I wanted to keep on the parts.
Mm-hmm.
Different parts. So like I want this part to have this ability, and this part to have this ability, and then I kind of loaded myself down with a bunch of parts that I didn't want to keep, but I wanted to keep one of the abilities, or I didn't know which ability I really wanted, or if one was better than the other, or whatnot. But I kind of like the idea that if they had taken something like a frame system, where you could like put abilities into it, and then upgrade it from there, or something like that, like a way to kind of reduce that overwhelming mental fatigue that you would get from just being overloaded with inventory and stuff. I think the frame has potential from what I understand of it so far, but it seems like they completely didn't use it in the right way.
Yeah, the frames to me it feels like there's 2 frames that'll just be better than all the other ones. Like that's the kind of meta the game felt like it brought.
Either on it all damage or all scout. What is it?
Yeah, I think scout was hands down, in my opinion, the best frame. It was fast, nice and quick. Your boost came back because at the end of the day you're trying to move around. Also, how they tweaked it a little bit, but it's still kind of bad because how the game's AI works is like what did I call it? They like hyper aggro on you and only you a lot of the time.
Yeah, I saw there was I think I unlocked a skill for the frame that would reduce the chance of being targeted by the neutral Gundams, I think they call them. It's the fodder that the AI would spawn. And I was like, oh, there's a skill for that? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see some... It's weird. It's kind of like a weird battle royale. I guess it's very MOBA, right?
Right, yeah. So I did like that they tried something different. But I think the stages needed to be a little bit bigger for me because the stages were like small.
Oh yeah, the stages. Was it? There was one I think that was like on a destroyed moon base or something crazy.
Oh
like that.
Yeah, that was a big stage. That one was staged. But another thing is some of those stages are kind of too big. That's like, I swear I'm shooting myself in the foot when I just said that. But there's too big an aspect of there's like 3 to 4 layers, and you have a certain suit spawn. Which that was a whole another thing too. It was so random. You had another suit spawn, but you couldn't always find it.
I had that problem last night. I couldn't even figure out. I knew that there was an enemy we had to kill. Like, wasn't the Debarium? I think it's the one from 00 maybe. Shoots lasers and just insta murders me compared to any of the others. It's like a giant ship that flies around.
Oh yeah.
And I figured out it was on this upper level, and I was like under it, and I was like, how the hell do I get up there? I have no idea. And eventually I figured out that there was like a ramp on the side. And I was like, oh, okay. And I got up there and just in time for the mission to end, and I couldn't kill it. I was like, oh, such frustrating.
They were like, not today.
Yeah. But I deleted a fair chunk of the arms, so I have some room at least. So
very nice.
I should probably do something more drastic before I know any better, but we'll just buy some time for now. So I don't waste all your time. Or I mean, of course, you're doing your thing.
So, oh my gosh, you're rushing! I'm just kidding. You're fine.
Yeah, just don't let me change the plan here. I'll just keep poking at it till you're ready, then I'll break off. So from selling stuff, but in the meantime, I'll just keep selling stuff.
I'm trying to think. Oh, it got some sexy legs with some sexy missiles. Heavy arm does. But do I have anything heavy arms yet? No, I don't. But I can always do it. Missiles everywhere. Missiles here and there. Oh man, this is a tough decision.
I'm excited to knock some of the rust off and remember how I was doing some of that stuff. Let's see how many missiles I can pack in. I think all mine are all optional, if I remember right. I think I was also using the was it the Jaken arms for a long time. It has like some missile pods on top of the shoulders, if I remember right.
Yeah,
So I think I put more and more missiles on top of it.
I really, because I'm using the chest, and I'm debating if I'm gonna switch the arms. You know, let me look at these. Oh man, will I have any regrets? Will I have any regrets? Probably not.
See, I hate that. That's my one major complaint about the game. Is the fear of deleting something you might regret. I wish there was some way to eliminate that fear. I mean, having unlimited storage space would definitely be the best answer, but it would just, at some point, it would be like spring cleaning. You'd be like, okay, all right, this is a little out of hand. I think maybe being able to search for abilities and stuff. Oh, I think I remember what it was that I wanted in the filter was to be able to sort below a level, because I think you can only search from a level and below. I wanted to be able to search from a level and below, so that way I can say, okay, everything from level 30 and below, I just want that, and then I'll just wipe it all out. So anything that I know is low level probably isn't something I need to keep. I can just wipe it out. So I think that's where I started at some point, just like choosing the stuff that I wanted to get rid of, and then I would just start selecting from the bottom up. Unless there's some way to do it, I don't know.
Not in this game. I can't recall. If I look at it, I might be like, "Oh yeah, you can do that," and I'm like, "Oh wait, no, you can't."
I want to say I was trying to do something goofy, like pick the level and above, and then like select, and then like start from the bottom, and then undo that, and then have the cursor there, or something goofy, and then like turn it. I can't remember. I was trying to figure out some way to like jerry rig it or trick it into letting me select everything.
Niric is trying to trick something? Oh, come on.
When there's a will, there's a way.
There's a way. Speaking of way, I think I'm going to use... Oh, man. I think... What weapon do I want to use? Let's go with IBO Katana. Let's do that. Also, I like this game because, you know, you can have 3 different versions of the same weapon with different combos, you know? So, I really appreciated that. Okay, so.
It's cool to have all that variety. I mean, it's just like unlimited replayability in these games. It's pretty insane. Yeah, because at some point, you don't really need anything that's too low level, right?
Right, yeah. Or you just level it up from the bottom if you're really, really feeling in love with it. But if you
might be able to find a higher level version of it somewhere in the game.
Yep.
It would be a better starting point, unless it's got some absurd ability on it. In which case, it probably doesn't because it's too low level. So
yeah, because some higher parts you'll have like you can have 5 to 8 abilities on it from the get go versus adding abilities.
Right. Yeah, so part of me, because I'm not that deep in the game, frankly. I mean, well, I don't think I'm in new type territory, if I remember right. I would have to double check that, but I think it's safe to assume that, I think my stuff is, like the top level item I have is level 28.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems to be the highest level arms that I have. But I mean, what is the maximum level? Do you recall?
30. It's 30 star. Then you can triple star something.
Oh, okay. Well, you can like prestige it or like.
Yeah. Do you? If you check the Gundam I have right now, when you click on the profile and check whatever, you'll see how it's like some of them are 3 stars.
Let me check. Do that in the menu, right?
Yeah, it's when you hit, was it L1 or something in the hangar lobby?
List. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
View Gunpla, okay. Dang. That's the picture you selected for it's so epic, man. It's awesome.
I do what I can. I do what I can.
It's like it needs its own box art. Just Just put it in, just make plastic mold runners of it, and put that on the box, and just take my money.
I'm for it. But there's so many suits that I would do. Now I could put G and Archer back here, but I think we'll just be overkilling it at that point. So I'm going to actually put some funnels on this bad boy. Builder parts. This is going to be tricky. Actually, let's change this backpack.
Is there a way to look through your collection of loadouts, or just the one you have currently?
Just the one currently.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Profile. Oh yeah, look at this. It's a PSN stuff. But yeah, so in difference to this game, not to drag us too far off track of this game towards new Gundam Breaker, but I think the quick understanding I got from just playing New Gundam, and maybe wrong, that's why I'm asking, is like from playing it just a little bit. I think I played maybe, I don't know, it's less than 10 hours, probably 5 hours roughly so far into the game, and I was doing just single player story. I think I did do one of the events just for the fun of it, and of course we lost horribly because I wasn't contributing to whatever the AI thing was. I don't think it was multiplayer. It was just, I think you can do a single player version. Anyway, it's like, is it just completely random? Like, I felt like I was seeing some dual Gundams and some Blitz, and I did get a nuke from a GPO2 that showed up. I was like, oh man, I ran immediately to the box to deposit it. But is it just 100% random, or is there some kind of limited selection of Gunpla that show up in each mission?
From my understanding, playing through it, the DLC missions will have certain ones, but like the main story and majority of those levels will have random suits.
So you could be playing the very first story mission, and you could have like Quanta stuff showing up, and you could have, it could be anything, like even super top tier stuff in the series.
Essentially yes, but remember how that game works is you'll get something and you might not be able to use it until like towards the end of the match.
Huh.
Because remember, if you have 5 parts and you have it like 2 parts for your EX actions and how it's randomized, you turn around and you try to get it, you'd be like, oh man, I can't wait to use this skill. Nope, it's not going to work like that. Why? Because it's randomized when you unlock skills. Every time you level up, you unlock a skill.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So it's like you can't really plan that as much as you could originally.
Kind of like in they want you to like level up all the way to have everything. I wondered if that was random, how each of the EX skills are randomly unlocked. So they're randomly unlocked on each match. So your best skill may not be unlocked the entire match if you're unlucky.
Yep.
And you don't max out your level in that match. It's weird. It's almost like not that I play Fortnite, but I understand how it works. But it's kind of like any of those battle royales where you may get the favorite gun that you want that match, but you may not get it for the next 5. It's kind of it's almost like they did that same kind of formula. So the parts themselves, though, there's no limitation. So like, say I went in and I got like 4th form Barbados parts. Like, is that possible on the very first mission? And could I equip them? Like, there's no level.
I will say this: there is. I won't say all of it's random because it took a while to unlock some of the suits. I'll say like per chapter almost, or per area or mission, there'll be like a pool of units that can appear.
Okay.
So
it is somewhat limited.
Yeah, it is limited. Thinking back on how I worded it, sorry. I did not expect that. Because I'm trying to think, I didn't even get crossbones to the very end of the game.
I think I listened to one of your YouTube videos where you talked about that, like saying that certain things, DLC missions and stuff, are more handy for that. I did hear something about doing bounty hunting in this game to get a lot of the parts that you want, and I didn't really know what that meant. But.
So pretty much you can fight other players other player's unit, and their unit has a chance to drop their parts. And you essentially just find someone and fight them until they drop the parts that you want.
Oh, okay. So it's just a way to get like some type of control as to what parts that you want.
Yeah.
You see the part that somebody that's a bounty hunting target, and then you can just farm that that mission essentially. Okay, but it's just like an AI version of their Gunpla build.
Correct.
No doubt. Okay, so it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like Gundam Warfare.
Yeah, it is. Just
the PvP is a real PvP. It's just AI version of their build.
Yeah, you can just they pretty much took it from this, but yeah, that's that's how it is.
It's smart. I mean, I guess in that sense, you know, you don't have to have good internet or bad internet, or I mean, I'm sure they want us to have some internet when we play the mobile game, but they got to be able to buy those chips. But otherwise, it's cool that they, you know, they kind of eliminate some of that problem hacking and PvP, all the problems that come with it. I think I'd prefer just some AI control stuff. I think I played I think it was Tekken 4 or something online or something like that, 5 I think. I realized that was the thing they did. Like as you leveled up, they would put your version of an AI version that kind of mimicked your typical inputs and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
People could fight you fighting games that way, essentially. So it's kind of the same concept. I can't wait to see your missile spam.
Yeah, it's a mess, but I'll have fun with
it. Yeah, it's the important part. If there's missiles, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I just need to know what colors.
That's cool. It actually remembers your filter for each individual body part.
Oh boy, this is rough. I'm over here like, ooh. How many more missiles can I put?
And then the high def quality of all the pieces is pretty amazing. After looking at Gundam Warfare so much.
It's just, bro, I'm telling you, it's like the small things that you appreciate after so long.
Yeah, totally.
Let's make these things a little bit. Right, let's do this. Sure, why not?
Family's back from their walk, so just a heads up.
Ooh, hello, family.
Yeah, hopefully they won't be too loud. It's pretty fired up sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, gotta be able to do it.
The life of a father.
Yeah. There's many lessons to be learned.
many lessons. Very clever. I saw what you did there.
She's been kind of surprising me. Alyssa got like a little what would you call it? It's like a workbook of stuff, and so like she's been tracing letters and stuff.
Oh,
she's deliberately writing things, and drawing things, not just scribbling on paper. So once making that jump is kind of fascinating as a parent.
That's really cool, dude.
They grow up so fast.
I know. Hold them. They're so precious.
Pretty soon she's gonna hate me and just want the car keys. Money
Oh.
for going out to visit, hang out with friends because I'm so uncool.
Dad! Dad! What do you want, sweetie? Dad,
Yeah.
I want to go to the ooh, baby. Sorry, can't go out.
So I said, "What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
What is it this time?"
Well,
Let's use
it'll
that voice. That'll sure to deter her, right?
Huh?
That'll be sure to deter her,
Oh,
scare her away from communication.
Well, maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Let's put on the most. What was that? Saw. Put on the most Saw voice.
All right. What color should I make this suit? That's the question. Give me a color, Niric. You gotta help me out here.
Let's see. All the missiles. How about like maybe if we're talking missiles, right? We're talking lots of explosions.
Yeah.
So maybe like a nice orange and red and white, kind of like a original heavy arms. What about something like that? You can match the explosions you're creating. You just create your natural camouflage inside of all the missile explosions.
Let's see.
Battle tactics. Of course, I guess that wouldn't work in space, right? But
Yeah, not so much. So let's do this.
your favorite colors are more in line with red, black, and white. Typically, is what I think of.
And gold and silver. Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe twist in a little bit of fire color in that instead. A little bit of orange, maybe. And I'm pretty surprised at the roster of parts in this game. It's better than I remembered. Like, because I remember playing Breaker 3 and thinking, well, maybe I'm going to wish I was playing new Gundam Breaker just because of the newer, suits and stuff like IBO and all that stuff. But frankly, a lot of them are in here.
Yeah. So, new Gundam Breaker did a good job in terms of bringing new suits into the game. What I did not care for is how they kind of dumbed down some of them. So we're gonna do a tan, a yellow, and an orange. I guess is that all right? Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, or I was thinking like a red, like heavy arms, but maybe with more orange than red. Like, was it like a red and white and orange?
So what should be the power color, red or orange? Orange?
I'm gonna say red.
Oh, red.
Yeah, orange. Orange would be good. Yeah, maybe orange would be the most common part of an explosion color. When cool guys don't look at explosions, they miss out on a lot of orange.
That's right.
But then there's gonna be some red and some white, some black in there. We need a color palette selection. Game that just says explosion.
So the thing is, like, I wish I could save more colors that I already have. Because there's no way that someone in their right mind can, like, always. Like, I have so many shades of red and black and gray, then, like, orange, and, like, one random green. I'm just like, what am I doing with myself?
Just import our Photoshop settings in the
Yeah.
game. That'd be great. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Load design, save design. I'm remembering now.
So instead of the tan, we want to use white? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I like that. Or a black, either one, which you prefer.
We'll leave it tan and switch after we get there.
my final form. that I decided on with all the missile batteries that are just cramming into the camera.
Missile silo Gundam.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of missiles. It's gonna be great. If I can remember how to fire them, that is. I'm sure I'll remember pretty quick. I don't remember. Apparently I have the mace equipped. I feel like it's kind of low level though. I'm assuming I was trying to level it up, so I might need to swap to like an earlier build so I actually have some damage potential, because I really don't know what I was playing around with a couple things. Let's try I'm gonna switch to this build. You know what, we'll save the current one just in case. I kind of hate that some of my, like, I just keep adding new designs, you know, so it's kind of fun to like go back through the history and see like how my Gundam, like, you know, I guess advanced, you know, from the very beginning when I didn't know what I was doing. And
so
like, oh, this makes sense.
It's really cool when you do that, because I would sit here and see, I'm like, I legit have Gundam I made like in 2016. Like, it's ridiculous, and I love the aspect of being able to just come back and look at it. Just
Yeah,
like,
kind of.
That's pretty.
Nostalgia of going back to where you were. And okay, I think I loaded a more powerful version. It makes me sad. Apparently I deleted some of the parts that were part of my design.
No bueno.
Yeah, I don't know if that can be replaced. Doesn't seem.
Negative.
So there's some of them that are a little wireframed, but yeah, was that something in the filter? It might have been. Filter that allows you to not include stuff.
Oh, thinking about it, I actually don't know.
It doesn't look like it, not that I can see. There's one to show only new items, which is kind of cool.
Which which would be very optimal if they had one that did the exact opposite.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, you want to get rid of the old stuff and then look at the new stuff. Yeah, they did a really good job with the filter, but yeah, they could always add like another 5 or 10 different category tools. Yeah, and there's the categories that you can sort by too. The sort order. I guess you can do it by acquisition. So in some way, that kind of keeps your new stuff at the top. But then you can sort primarily by level or rarity or name or ID or even attack power, apparently. For weapons, changes.
I will say, new Gundam Breaker did have a neat. I do not like that. Well, actually, it's not bad. New Gundam Breaker did have an interesting take on the filter. I did think that improved, if anything. But, I mean, you know.
It's kind of funny. I think by design of the game, there's not as much reason for it, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that it was like deleting all of my duplicate parts. It was like sell and delete duplicate parts that you already have. And I was like, oh, okay. Do I want to do that? And then I was like, oh, I don't have the option not to do that. So I guess I have to. So I was like, oh, so I guess you don't really. There doesn't seem to be any ability merging and stuff, is there? So there's none of that, like, super advanced. And I could see them wanting to make the game more approachable. Like, you know, it seems like the systems in Breaker 3 are pretty heavy.
They are.
So I can see them wanting to back that off and make it more approachable. But it seems like maybe they went a little too far. I don't know. They tried to do the frame system to try and appease the fans of the previous games. Or maybe they didn't really think about it that much at all. I don't know.
It was a different team completely, so I don't know why. Because here's some gossip top for you. The team that did Gundam Breaker 1, 2, and 3, you know, all of them, they did not do New Gundam Breaker. Apparently, this is a rumor, so mind you for the real information. It was New Gundam Breaker came out. They didn't have all the assets that they had for the original Gundam Breaker. Now, some of them I think they did have, but because a lot of the animation is the same, so I definitely don't know if that's mistaken or not. But it's definitely a different team.
Wasn't necessarily their property in the end, or maybe they had to buy it from the third-party studio. That was. So I heard they basically outsourced the game.
Yeah,
entirely.
I just hope they didn't leave on a bad note, because they took down all the information regarding Gundam Breaker, the previous Gundam Breaker games. Like if you Google search Gundam Breaker 3, you'll get more New Gundam Breaker than anything.
Weird. Maybe they just paid Google to try and cover it up.
Yeah. During cover-ups.
Conspiracy theories. Gundam is about politics a lot of times.
It is. People don't realize it. Gundam is totally about politics. Okay, I'm almost done.
No, you're good. You're good. Take your time. I'm reacclimating myself, so this is time that I needed anyway. I ended up spending most of my time doing New Gundam Breaker, and then a little bit of Gundam Warfare 2, of course, on the side as a very hearty distraction that ruins many things I'm trying to focus on throughout the day. They're too good with those mobile apps, man. They're like poison. But yeah, I'm a little floored by how much I enjoy Gundam Warfare. Is it Gundam Warfare? Gundam Battle,
Gunpla Warfare. Yeah, but yeah, I'm very pleased with it. However, I'm not playing as much as I would have regular Gundam Breaker game, because it like it heats my phone up and I get scared.
Yeah.
So I'll play, I'll get on, and I'll go through like 100 and some energy, then I'll get off. I'll come back like maybe a couple of hours and do it again. I'll play it very casual.
Right. It's probably for the best. The more scared of it you are, then the less time you're gonna waste on it.
Right.
And I think that's why, because I have an old iPhone 6, so I'm still I'm tough on that one.
Yeah.
But it makes mine catch on fire too. In fact, I think it pretty much crashes every few story missions and needs to like download stuff. It acts really funny. I can't really get it to play, but it's weird having multiple accounts. You know, I ended up getting it working on the computer, and that's been by far the best way I think to play it. But that only fits well with being a stay-at-home dad.